As I turn away, the doorbell rings aloud.
Actually, if you don't mind, will you answer that?
That's the feet guy. I wonder what he was thinking about so deeply.
Well, I had a different question in mind, but now I'm curious. What were you thinking about?
Feet.
We're back again to play some games. And today, I am super excited. We are back with Belle Automata. I played the demo a while ago, like a year ago. But now we're back with the full release. There are 2 routes available, the Nightmare Prince and Victor. And you know what? Before we start, comment down below, since we're dealing with androids and robots, who's your favorite robot/android in media? I've got to give it to Gur from Invader Zim.
Gur! It's me! I was the turkey all along! I was wondering what that turkey was doing there.
What's your favorite robot? Leave it in the comments below. Let's just jump in. So we're actually going to start from the beginning, because the game's been updated a lot, probably a little more voice lines, just small stuff like that. So let's just jump in. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's all in the description below, and we can get started.
I remember the first time I opened silicone-coated eyelids to see my master. Oh, I think that worked. I managed to get her booted up. Those were the first words he said to me. What's your name? You machines have names, don't you?
No.
I am the Dreamweaver, Model T95. No, he said. A name isn't a set of numbers and letters, it's... The definition had immediately come to mind, so I recited it out loud, droning the words flatly. A word or set of words by which a person, animal, place, or thing is known, addressed, or referred to.
So what your name is?
That's right. So, what's yours? The memory of staring at him blankly is so clear that I can practically see him in front of me, even now. I do not have one, I'd replied. Well, that doesn't seem right. How about this? I'll give you one.
You're so kind.
Fair warning, though, I haven't named anyone since my kids were born. And then he did it.
He called me. We're actually going to keep her name the same so she can read it out loud. Because if you change it, she doesn't read it out loud. So, yeah.
He called me Aureve. I loved him like a father.
Aureve. For some reason, I want to say Aureve. That's how I read it. Aureve. Got it. Aww.
My master, no, my father, was a weaver of traditional silks, and I was the machine that worked tirelessly at his side.
So y'all make clothes and cloths?
For decades, we weaved the highest quality of silks alongside each other. We were creative soulmates. Every thread I wove matched him in every way.
Oh.
Maybe it's because of that, because my master treated me like a person, that I became this way.
Became what way? Free-spirited?
Alive.
Oh.
Sentient. Sapient. So you can imagine how I felt when his family said those words that I will never forget.
It's been a while, so I don't remember a lot of stuff, so this is kind of new to me.
That old Dreamweaver model? I guess we can auction it off. Grandpa's had it for so long that I doubt anyone would want it now that he's passed.
Now, your kids ain't
And it, not a person, but a thing. A thing to be given away without any input of her own. And here I am, outside the home of my new master.
Looks nice. I reached into my pocket for the invoice I was given to deliver to him. Scanning the page, I came to the spot where it mentions my purchaser by online handle.
The Nightmare Prince.
Why would you choose that handle? It's so scary. The name doesn't give much confidence in his having a kind personality, so I focus on my surroundings, as if I can glean some part of his personage from his home. The building is large and modern, very modern, with sprawling water on either side of the main path to the house. Nice, nice, nice. Colorless with darkened windows, I cannot help the fear that weighs down my chest. I stood for an hour, golly, unable to run away, but unable to enter either. What would my master say?
He would say, "Breathe, Aureve."
Rev. So I do. In and out. Robots don't breathe. My chest fills with air, but I admit that it doesn't really calm me. I suppose breathing is just one of the many human habits I copied from my master. Former master. I fuss with the edge of my dress, trying to keep calm, but even so, I can hear the fans that keep my central system from overheating, spinning at maximum speed.
Master, I wish you were alongside me.
Your eyes are so pretty. She's so pretty. But then, if my master were still alive, I wouldn't be here in the first place. I shut my eyes.
There's gotta be a bright side to this situation.
Yeah, like, a new room. If you're lucky. A new room. New friendships. Stuff like that. You can swim in this water. Oh, you're a robot. You can't swim. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I have a new life now. I'm still in one piece. Yeah, the bare minimum. I'm still in one piece.
At least his family didn't have me processed into scrap.
For real. You could be a toaster right now. You could be a toaster. It's a low bar, but it's one I find acceptingly comforting. Acceptable. I can't read. You know what I'm trying to say. If my new master wants me for parts, I'd already be in pieces. It's a strange thought, but one that encourages me. Comparatively, maybe the Nightmare Prince isn't so bad after all.
I'm delaying, aren't I?
A little bit. You already been here for an hour. My finger hovers over the doorbell. Once I press this button, there's no going back.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I press it lightly with trembling fingers, then shut my eyes. I want to believe that my new master is kind, but instead, I just feel dread.
Of all the online handles to have, why Nightmare Prince, I wonder?
For real. Who chooses that? You have nightmares? Is he plagued by nightmares?
Wonder away.
Victor? I open my eyes quickly, only to see another android, his bright yellow highlights giving him away. It's been over a year, buddy. How you been? He stands tall, a butler's uniform cut across his stiff, formal form. I measure up the cut of his silhouette, his measurements uploading directly into my mind for future reference.
I am Victor. You're the Dreamweaver model, I presume.
Yes, sir. That's me. That's her. That's us.
Yes, my name is Aureve.
What's good? I reach into my pocket with my proof of receipt.
Your master purchased me, but I'm afraid I don't know his name.
Victor barely glances at the slip of paper.
You won't be needing that for much longer. Toss it if you wish.
Okay.
Toss it?
Throw it into a fire. Or, since we haven't one at our disposal, rip it apart. Whatever way you think of, just be sure to destroy it.
I blink once, then twice. My eyes drift downwards to stare down at the receipt. This is proof of ownership. And he wants me to destroy it? Do it.
But without proof of purchase, I could run away. People would be none the wiser. Isn't your master worried about that?
Victor shrugs nonchalantly.
The most prudent response is, where would you run to? But even that aside, it is still your choice. My master requested that I deliver that message to you, and so I have. It is up to you to destroy it or not.
Up to me?
Do it. Looking down at the paper, I hold it in my two hands. If I destroy this paper, then I will own myself. No hesitation. I rip in two. The sound more satisfying than I imagined it would be. I toss it into the water below for good measure. Looking bemused, Victor beckons.
Your digital copy has also been destroyed. Now then, follow me.
Yes, sir. As I walk behind him through the automated doors, my nervousness swells like a balloon. The exhilaration wears off as soon as I'm in the house. Nice. Very modern. Very futuristic looking.
Will I meet my new, well, not master?
Friend.
I suppose with no proof of purchase, I have no master now. My new...
Roommate.
Employer?
Oh, I guess that works too. I echo him. Employer. The word feels like something precious on my tongue.
Yes, employer. Will I meet my new employer soon?
No, ma'am.
You will not. No.
He's so stern and direct, Victor.
Greeting guests is my duty and mine alone, and you have been greeted. Now, on to the rules of the house.
He holds out his hand.
If you would allow me.
Allow you to... what?
Give you the house rules. Have you never shared data with another android before?
No, sir. I shake my head slowly. It's been a long time since I've left the workshop, and longer still since I work with another android. Instead of replying and making a further fool of myself, I take his hand. Right away, a small light begins to glow between our clasped hands. The data packet he sends immediately flashing before my eyes. I quickly run through the new information. What does it say? The list of house rules from the data transfer isn't very long, but two of the rules strike me as particularly bizarre.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
I do.
I stare at him.
Such as?
Rule number 1. I must never try to see the Nightmare Prince. And that's not all. Rule number 7 states that I must never enter the Nightmare Prince's room for any reason.
Is he shy?
And another thing, you only refer to him as the Nightmare Prince. Doesn't he, have a real name?
Victor stares at me coolly.
He does have a real name, yes. That is merely what he prefers to be called.
What's his real name?
Aside from that, those are statements,
Dion?
not questions.
These rules make it seem like I'll never meet my employer.
That's because you will not.
That's not strange to you?
A little bit.
No.
Okay.
In any case, I am not completely certain why my master has chosen a Dreamweaver model for purchase when we do not have a loom here.
How long have you been here, Victor? How long have you been here?
As such,
Take us a loom.
me a list of duties for you. You are free to do as you like. In the meantime, I will be cleaning.
I have a choice? Length. That's a hard name. Length, my former master, and I worked together for many years. Our work was always the same. Weaving silk tapestries of unrivaled skill for purchase day in and day out. I never had to think about what we would do. I always knew. Okay. So this is actually, after a little bit of clicking around before I start recording, this is actually what determines our route. So if I help with the cleaning, I'll be on Victor's route. If I explore the mansion, then if you remember from the demo, I'll wander around the house until I find the Nightmare Prince's room. So, you know what? I think we should go. Since the Nightmare Prince is so mysterious, let's put him off a little bit. I really want to do his route first, but now that I'm thinking about it, since he's so mysterious, let's do that a little later. Keep the mystery going. We're gonna go with Victor, even though he's a little mean. He's not mean. He's a little strict, but I'm sure we can warm him up a little bit. We can warm him up a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah. So we're gonna help you with cleaning, Victor. We're gonna do your route.
I can help you.
After I finish weaving for the night, I always sweep the floor of our workshop. Besides, cleaning would be calming in a way that other activities weren't.
Oh? Assisting me? How unexpected.
What you mean? You just met me. He looks torn for a moment. You don't want me to help? I look at him in surprise.
Do you not want my help?
If you are efficient, I do not mind it. No. Are you?
I mean, I swept a little place. I've swept before, you know. I swept a little here and there. I know how to clear off a table. I can do that. I can even vacuum. Yes, sir. I can vacuum too. My parents will tell you differently, but yeah, I know how to do that stuff.
I'm pretty good at sweeping.
Just sweeping?
Yeah. Oh, I can also clean a mirror. Yeah, I can clean a mirror too. You got any mirrors around here? Yes, sir. That's me.
Just sweeping.
Come on, sell yourself. Sell yourself. Give him something else.
What about dusting, mopping, bleaching, vacuuming?
Mopping, funny story. I worked at a store. The first store I worked at, they told me to mop the bathroom. No idea how to mop. It was 2017. So I was 19 years old. Probably 19. No idea how to mop. So I poured water all over that floor. I knew it was gonna make a mess. I poured water, got water all over the floor because I didn't know how to wring out a mop. Put it all over the floor, and then use paper towels to try to clean it up. No idea how to mop. Now I got it, but yeah. So yeah, I can mop as long as you have the thingy. Yeah. I got you, Victor. I got you.
Just sweeping.
Victor shut his eyes.
I wonder if your assistance is more trouble than it's worth.
Calm down. I got you. I can sweep the best of them. I echo him from earlier.
Wonder away.
Look at you. I smiled, trying not to feel amused. It's the first pleasant emotion I've had today, so I cling to it.
Am I trouble then?
Look at you. Victor's reply is matter of fact, but not unkind.
Yes.
I nod slowly, still smiling.
In that case, I suppose my brand is intact. I'll get out of your hair just this once.
I tease lightly, but actually, I know how it feels to have your work mangled by someone who isn't as experienced. As I turn away, the doorbell rings aloud.
Actually, if you don't mind, will you answer that?
That's the feet guy. I look at him surprised, but he nods as if to confirm that he'd like me to do it. I drag my feet a little as I arrive at the door, unsure what to say. It's him. I look through the peephole on the door. It's a human? I try not to panic. How does an android that can't think and feel answer the door? What's good, bro?
Oh, hello. Welcome to, the Nightmare Prince's residence.
Oh, yes, I'm in the right place, finally. I'm Dr. Klaus Champion. I'm here to meet with Mr. Price.
Right this way.
Price? Is that my employer's last name?
I turn to look at Victor, who gives me a single nod to let him in, so I step aside.
You're in the right place.
So I am.
He steps past me and into the living room.
Aureve, can you please escort Dr. Champion to the left wing nursing station?
Champion. Yes, sir. He holds out his hand. I take it, uploading the map from his touch.
Follow me, Doctor.
Right this way. Dr. Champion and I walk down the hallway in awkward silence. Or at least I feel awkward. I try to break it as we go in spite of the fact that he looks so serious.
So, Doctor.
No response. A normal android can ask questions, right? Maybe. I'm not sure, but I do anyway.
Doctor?
He ignores me again, to my great chagrin. I stay silent, not brave enough to speak a third time, when Klaus suddenly speaks. When Klaus suddenly speaks.
Oh, sorry. Did you say something?
I did, yes.
You'll have to excuse me. I was deep in thought. What were you saying?
I wonder what he was thinking about so deeply.
Well, I had a different question in mind, but now I'm curious. What were you thinking about?
Feet.
I stop in my tracks, staring at him as he slows to a stop beside me.
Why, feet?
He considers, cupping his opposite elbow in one hand.
This morning I put the wrong foot in the wrong shoe. It was tight for obvious reasons, but...
His fist lands in his palm.
I'm certain one of my feet is bigger than the other.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Just slightly.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. You're always supposed to try on new shoes on your bigger foot. You know.
Oh, I see.
I smile, scanning him out of curiosity.
Well, as far as I can see, your feet are proportional to your height by my measurements.
Maybe I ought to take off my shoe to show you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. He bends in the middle of the hallway, reaching to unlace his shoes, but I wave my hands frantically. No, thank you.
Don't you have an appointment, Doctor?
Ah, right. Yes.
He reties his shoe in silence.
Later, then.
I'm not sure I want there to be a later. What a peculiar way of thinking. But if it means I'm allowed to be curious, I'm grateful. He speaks again, unprompted.
I was told there's an android here that needs a diagnostic.
Oh?
I wonder if I can ask him why he's the only human I've seen since I've arrived an hour ago.
Yes.
Well, we're almost here.
Perfect. Thank you. Would you mind waiting outside while I work?
I guess. I shrugged to myself. Why not?
Sure, I can do that.
Klaus adjusts his glasses.
I've been here before, but I readily admit that I always get lost among these halls. I'll return momentarily.
I wait in the hall for what feels like a long time, when the door suddenly slides open behind me. I turn, and this time, the door isn't alone. I turn, and this time, the doctor isn't alone. Another android? Golly, ow. Backing towards me, the tall android slams into my metal frame, his face completely turned towards to the doctor.
I'm so sorry. Didn't see you there.
You are so tall. Of course you didn't see me. He gapes at me.
Wow, your model is adorable. I've never seen an android like you before.
Thank you. He offers his hand.
I'm Diego.
It was good.
I'm Aureve. Nice to meet you.
I take his hand slowly as he hoists me to my feet. Hoist?
Your framework isn't bent anywhere, is it?
I shake my head.
Not that I can feel. Thank you for helping me out.
Of course. Got to be careful around outdated models such as yourself.
Rude? You call me old? I laugh awkwardly. Outdated?
I'm not that old.
Diego observes me, his eyes glowing brightly as he scans me.
A Dreamweaver model T95, right? With that neck joint, you've got to be at least 60. And in such great condition, too.
Chill out, Diego.
Thanks.
Don't call me old. Yeah, you gotta be at least 50. I mean, you gotta be at least 60. I just clenched my nose.
I think?
From behind him, Klaus starts.
What was that about 60?
Doc, you've got to keep up with the conversation.
Sorry, I was thinking about...
My ears perk up with interest before he trails off, a thoughtful expression on his face.
The doc's not all there, but believe it or not, he's a world-renowned engineer and a top-class mechanic. If you ever have a bolt out of place, Dr. Champion can fix it up in no time.
Okay. He claps Klaus, partly on the back, much to Klaus's pain, if the way he winces has anything to do with it.
Why don't you head back downstairs? I can take care of the doctor from here.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I wait behind me, going back downstairs to ask Victor what I should do now. I return downstairs to the room where I first met Victor. At the sight of me, Victor's brows lifted.
Ah, there you are. What took so long? Were you settling in your bedroom?
I got a bedroom?
I have a room?
Instead of replying, Victor sighs.
I'll show it to you once you get back.
Get back where?
Back from where?
The elder brother of the young master has asked to speak with you in the garden.
Okay. Just like that, my comfort I felt before it drains out of my body. The elder brother of the young master. What does that make him to me?
You're still standing there.
Be patient, be a little patient.
I'm aware.
To my surprise, Victor's eyes turn kind.
Are you feeling unprepared?
A little bit.
I am, yes.
Take a moment to gather yourself. Roman is not an impatient man.
With those few words, he turns away and continues cleaning. That's surprisingly encouraging of him. I took a few minutes to gather myself before heading off to meet my employer's elder brother. Nice garden. Having already roamed the house, the layout is already mapped out by my internal systems. I find the garden easily. When I do, the man standing with his back facing me, not turning as I walk through sliding white doors,
Ah, you must be Aureve.
was good. The unfamiliar stranger turns towards me, his piercing ears glinting under the full might of the sun. I scan him from top to bottom. He wears a deeply purple jacket, immaculate hemwork on the sleeves. His long model skew legs and broad shoulders are perfectly proportional. I would love to make clothes for a form like this. He's very handsome. And it's not all I notice. His eyes sparkle with a mysterious look that tells me he could charm a snake from its den. The stranger speaks.
I should introduce myself. The name's Roman Price.
What's good?
I see. Nice to meet you then. My name is Aureve.
Oh no, he just said he knew my name. Why did I reintroduce myself? I try not to fluster further, but he winks at me, his posture relaxed.
Welcome to House Price. How's your first hour been, little lady?
Good. I smile attentively.
I'm an android, but I have my own bedroom, and I was purchased for no apparent purpose. In a word, strangely. Life has been treating me very strangely.
That's because you're a special one. Why else would it be necessary to secure you on the black market?
My eyes widen.
Black market?
I look at him in shock. I'd assume I was being sold at a normal auction online or something of that sort. Roman notes my expression seriously.
What? Did you think a sentient android is easy to come by these days? Rogues aren't exactly filling the streets and living normal lives.
Rogues. I've never heard the term before. Something Roman immediately picks up on as he notes the expression on my face.
You know, androids that act against their programming, androids who don't always obey, and androids who can think and feel. Androids like you and, well, I'm sure you met the others.
No, not really. I only met what's-his-face, Diego. And I don't meet the other one unless I wander the mansion on that first choice. I think for a moment.
Like me?
Yes, rogues like you. Not all rogues are self-aware, but the ones who are definitely qualified.
Roman steps towards me slowly. Before reaching out a single hand, I wince as he reaches for the top of my head, but to my surprise, he plops around top of my shoulder and pats me there lightly instead.
You're special, just like my brother. You're different from the people, or in your case, androids around you.
He chuckles warmly.
And that's not a bad thing.
Roman clasps his hands together.
In any case, I'm hoping you make a home here.
There's a quiet beeping sound. Roman checks his wrist, turning off the alarm.
Sorry, I wish I could stay, Aureve, but
Where do you live?
I gotta get going. I'll be checking in on you periodically.
With that, he turns to leave, but I head after him, determination in my steps. I grab the edge of his jacket sleeve, stopping in his tracks. He lifts an eyebrow, his eyes curious. I want to ask him why there's so many androids here, and if they're all rogues, so I do.
Are all the androids here rogues?
I think you can discover the answer to that question yourself.
Come on, help me out.
Relax, Aureve. Find your space here, and you'll be happy.
Roman offers a hand for me to shake. I've never shaken a human's hand before, but it feels very, I don't know, real.
I promise.
I reached for it, this time without the hesitation I felt when I ripped apart my proof of ownership. This time, I am determined to embrace being free. Roman leaves me alone with that thought.
Find my space here, huh?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is make myself useful. Maybe I can ask for help from someone I met before. Yep. Try to assist Victor in some way. Victor's route. Let's do it. Only thing we can do. I return to the living room to find the yellow android, Victor. Oh, let me save, actually. The android is clicking steadily as I approach him.
Victor?
He pauses to look at me, standing straight to eye me with a critical stare.
Yes?
I don't know what to do with myself.
Can you show me to my room?
I see. Well, I suppose putting you to work would be better than letting you languish. I know you mentioned it impossible, but I sincerely believe that if you can sweep, you can vacuum. The two go hand in hand. All you have to do is pull the vacuum behind you and run this flat piece against the floor.
Behind me? You have to do is pull the vacuum behind you and run it. Oh, what you mean? Oh, never mind. I got confused for a second.
It will remove any filth left behind.
I lift my eyebrows. The room is extraordinarily clean. extraordinarily clean. I'm not sure this needs to be vacuumed. I say as much.
It looks fantastic in here.
And how do you think we maintain such cleanliness?
Because of you?
You vacuum at reasonable increments?
We vacuum every day.
Every day seems like a bit much, but I guess I see his point.
Okay, where's the vacuum cleaner then?
Victor holds up a hand.
Please wait here while I retrieve it.
He leaves briefly before returning with a low, rotund machine connecting a long, thick tube to a flat piece.
Here you are.
Thank you. He leaves the vacuum in my care before clicking his heels stiffly together.
I will be organizing the attic.
We have an attic.
If you would, feel free to let me know when you've finished.
Okay. Bye-bye. The unwielding machine has a large tube with a flat, wide nozzle on the end, connecting to the tube in the vacuum desk storage, presumably where the so-called filth goes. I turn it on, drag it behind me as I push and pull the tube attached to the vacuum head, running it along the floor. There we go.
This seems easy enough.
We got this. I speak too soon, because immediately after, I tug on the tube to pull the large contraption behind me and watch as it knocks into the table. A vase crashes to the ground before I have a chance to stop it, immediately shattering.
Of course it does.
Golly, why was that vase there anyway, huh? Why was that table there anyway? The sound must have summoned Victor because he appears nearly instantly at the top of the staircase. I would run and hide. He descends, looking at me flatly, with an offered hand.
Aureve, please hand me the vacuum.
My bad. I turn off sheepishly. Can I at least vacuum up the vase?
I could at least vacuum the broken pieces up.
He looks thoughtfully for a moment before shutting his eyes.
It's fine.
My bad. I look up at him apologetically.
Sorry, I wasn't joking when I said I didn't know how to do anything aside from sweeping.
Victor nods in understanding.
I admit that I was hoping you were being modest, but that is my own fault.
I look down at my small fingers.
As a Dreamweaver model, my hands are made for more precise work. So if there are things to do that need a gentle hand, you can let me know, alright?
Can you put the vase back together?
I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps it is my fault for assuming such a task would be easy. How about this? May I give you some things to mend?
Yes, of course.
I hate to admit a fault, but my model was not made for such tasks, and whenever I try to repair garments, it ends in disaster.
I got you.
Repairing clothing is right in my wheelhouse. Just point me in the direction of any rips and tears and I'll take care of them right away.
Besides, it would be a nice distraction from thinking about lengthens any longer. Oh, that's the previous owner.
Just a moment, Aureve.
Victor stops to vacuum up the broken porcelain on the ground. Then he turns to me.
It will take me some time to gather all of the necessary clothes and such to be mended. Since that is the case, I think that I would like to train you in a small skill in the meantime.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay. He walks away as I trail behind him nervously, wondering what this small skill could be. Where's my room at? For the second time today, I arrive at a beautiful rose garden. It's immaculately cared for, so much that I have a feeling I know exactly by who.
Wow. Seeing what you can do makes me even more sorry that I don't know how to clean very well.
No need to apologize. I was once a house management AI, and delegating such things is in my nature. If you cannot do the assigned task, then alternatives should and do await you. No two people are the same, Aureve. Never be ashamed of that.
Oh, you're so nice. He says the word stiffly, but there's a note of sincerity that makes me feel better.
Thank you.
I wonder how much of his background as house management AI contributes to his personality now. The Victor before me seems driven, and I can't help but compare us. If anything, since I found out I was no longer going to be able to work alongside Length, I wonder how I could possibly ever measure up. We're both androids, true, but Victor is so different from me. I wonder if we are work compatible. Length and I certainly were. The idea of working as well with Victor sends my heart core humming. It makes me feel as though I could actually make it here. After all, in a way, it's a sign to work alongside another android.
This is exciting. I've only ever worked alongside my master. Oh, I mean my former master. I guess he was human, so I'm not used to this at all.
I see.
His expression doesn't really change, so I feel a bit awkward, like I've said something strange.
Have you ever worked alongside another android?
Victor turns and looks at me with a strange look on his face.
Is there a purpose to this conversation?
Try to be friendly.
Not really. I do admit that I talk a lot when I'm feeling nervous.
His eyebrow lifts.
Am I unnerving to you?
A little bit. Not really. A little bit.
No, not really. I think today I'm just nervous in general. New house, new people, and androids to meet. It's a lot of change for one day.
Well...
He trails off. I glance at him curiously.
What are you thinking, Victor?
If today is overwhelming to you, perhaps we ought to try again tomorrow instead. Binging on new data can be useful at times, but it can also be terribly trying on the synapses.
If you say so.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Before I can even finish my sentence, Victor is already shaking his head in disagreement as he quickly cuts me off.
I respectfully disagree. Please, Aureve, rest today and rest assured that I will put you to work tomorrow. You will be most efficient after some rest, no?
Yeah, but where's my room at? Can you take me to my room?
I would, I guess.
Good. Then I will show you to your room
Yay.
instead.
I hope it's pretty. I stare at Victor's back as I follow him.
You know,
Yes?
you're surprisingly considerate.
His tone is perplexed.
Surprisingly.
I don't elaborate at first, smiling instead.
Well, you know, you've got a pretty straightforward personality.
Yup.
So I guess it's nice to know that you're not all bite.
Victor stops in the hall, turning towards me.
I admit, I do not know what to say to that. Is that intended to be a compliment?
Yes, I'm saying you're soft.
It's more of an observation than anything else, I think.
I see.
I can tell he's still musing over it when we arrive at the door.
In any case, welcome to House Price. This is your bedroom.
Is it pretty? The door slides over it swiftly. Let me see. I was hoping it'd be pink. The room is spacious. So spacious that I can't help but wonder what all of this is for. I like it though. I want pink though. Can I make it pink? Cause it'll match her. I like it though. What's this? A cube? A floating cube? Nice windows though. Nice windows.
Why do I have a room?
What do you mean why? Just take it.
Your new employer has requested that you be given conventional comforts to adjust here. After all, even a free android needs shelter and clothing. Would you not agree?
I agree.
Oh, I agree, all right. It's just so strange to me.
Victor smiles thinly.
Well, hopefully you can adjust to being treated like a person. It's very...
Nice. His pause makes me look at him, only to see a slight, wider smile on his face.
freeing, I promise you.
I wonder at the expression. I think to ask him about it. But before I can, Victor opens his eyes, pinning me in place with his heterochromic gaze.
You can do anything you'd like as long as you don't try to interfere with the Nightmare Prince's business.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Victor turns to leave, but I stop him.
Victor, wait.
Yes?
Just one more question.
He strains attentively.
I'm listening.
Why do you call your master a Nightmare Prince? Is he really so monstrous?
I think it's more like he views himself as a Nightmare Prince. Yeah, something like that. Victor considers my question at length.
The young master is not unkind, so no. I do not think it's so. It is just what he prefers to be called.
If he's not unkind, would you allow me to meet him? Just so I can thank him for everything he's done for me.
I can deliver a message, but until you have established that you are to be trusted, I cannot in good conscience introduce you to the young master.
I place my hand under my chin, considering.
I guess that makes sense. Well, maybe you don't have a loom here, but would it be possible to get me some fabric? I can make him a quilt. What sort of patterns does your master like?
Victor looks thoughtfully for a moment.
When he was a child, he wanted a certain pet.
A dog.
But they can only be found on Earth. Still, I suppose dogs are his favorites.
Are we not on Earth? We're not on Earth? When he was a kid, he wanted to, but they can only be found on Earth. We're not on Earth?
Okay, great. I'll embroider the edges with these, dogs. I've never seen one, but I wouldn't mind doing a little research.
Be sure to provide a supplies list, will you?
I salute him cheerfully.
You got it, boss.
I'm not your employer.
Man, don't take it so literal. I look at him strangely.
It's an expression.
Ah,
Aww. He looks awkwardly for a moment before bowing neatly.
I'll be taking my leave now. But if you need any assistance, please use the intercom.
Okay. He gestures to a small panel on the wall.
It is pressure sensitive, so it will pick up your hand.
Okay. His eyes widen. Pressure sensitive instead of temperature sensitive. That's perfect for an android hand. This prince has thought of everything. I think to say so, but when I turn around, Victor's already gone.
What an interesting android. Are all rogues like him?
Maybe. No. I consider for a moment.
Well, if I'm a rogue, then I suppose not.
Still, I consider quietly, peeking around the empty room. It's spotlessly clean, and I can't help but wonder if Victor is the reason for that.
A former house management android. I wonder how he ended up in House Price and how long he's been here.
I'm sure everybody has a story. Hopefully it's not a sad story. My curiosity about Victor aside, I should really get to know the house. I take a seat on the bed and instantly feel power flood into my body. Shocked, I quickly stand. So the bed charges us up? Turning around, I observe the bed carefully. I've never slept on one, of course, but to see such a human oddity transformed from androids to use is something short of incredible.
This isn't just a place to rest. It's a power station. Amazing.
Oh, it scared me. I'm dwelling on it when I heard a knock at the door.
Hello?
You know what? I'm gonna leave it right here. It's either Victor again, which I doubt, Diego, or what's his face? What's his face? I don't remember his name at all. Zephyr? From the demo. It could be him too. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's always good from below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.